September 11th, 2001. A date burned into history. Nearly 3,000 lives lost and a nation forever changed. But what if I told you that someone had already seen it coming? Warnings were made. Reports were written. Yet, nobody listened. This is the story of John O'Neill, a man who dedicated his life to fighting terrorism. He wasn't a politician. He wasn't a general. He was an FBI counterterrorism expert. And he spent the final years of his life warning anyone who would listen. Al-Qaeda was planning a massive attack on American soil. As early as the mid-1990s, O'Neill had pieced together a terrifying puzzle. Bombings in Africa, attacks on U.S. embassies, the USS Cole in Yemen, all pointed to one name, Osama bin Laden. O'Neill told his colleagues, "They're not finished. The next target will be inside the United States." But his warnings were drowned out by bureaucracy, politics, and disbelief. Inside the FBI and CIA, O'Neill gained a reputation, brilliant but stubborn. He clashed with superiors. He demanded action. And in Washington, that often meant he made enemies. Reports were filed, but ignored. Warnings delivered, but dismissed. To some, O'Neill was seen not as a savior, but as a nuisance. By the year 2001, O'Neill had grown tired of fighting bureaucracy. In frustration, he left the FBI. Where did he go? Ironically, to the very place that would soon become ground zero. In August 2001, John O'Neill became head of security at the World Trade Center. He warned of a coming attack. He predicted it would involve planes. And tragically, on September 11th, 2001, John O'Neill was inside the Twin Towers when the attack he had long predicted finally came. He died trying to save others. O'Neill was not alone. Other analysts at the CIA and FBI saw the same signs. They tracked suspicious flight training schools. They flagged possible terrorists entering the U.S. But once again, their voices were ignored. History would remember 9/11 as an intelligence failure. But to those who tried to stop it, it was a tragedy of being silenced. What if the reports had been taken seriously? What if John O'Neill had been listened to? Could thousands of lives have been saved? Could history have been rewritten? We'll never know. But one thing is clear: he was right. Today, John O'Neill's name is not widely known. But to those who study the history of 9/11, he is remembered as the man who knew. A man who saw the danger long before the world did. A man whose warnings went unheard until it was too late. This was Untold American Stories. The story of John O'Neill reminds us of a painful truth. Sometimes the greatest warnings are ignored until it's too late. If you believe these voices should never be forgotten, if you want more hidden stories, stories buried in archives, silenced by politics, or erased by time, then support this channel, Like this video, share it with someone who still asks questions, and subscribe because the past still has secrets and we're just getting started. Together, we can give a voice to those who were never heard.